Have you ever sat by the window on a quiet morning and wondered, what's their secret? The people who live to 100, still walking to the market, chatting with neighbors, laughing with their grandchildren, they don't seem rushed. They're not obsessed with diets or pills, yet somehow they live long, full lives, many without relying heavily on medication. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's the little things they do every single day. You see, across the world, there are pockets of people who consistently live well into their 90s and beyond. In places like Okinawa in Japan, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and Sardinia in Italy. Researchers call these areas blue zones, but to those who live there, it's just life, a slow, meaningful, connected kind of life. And while their cultures may differ, the habits they share offer powerful lessons for all of us, especially as we age. So today, let's take a walk through some of those daily habits. Not with a doctor's chart or a strict routine, but like old friends talking over tea, sharing gentle reminders that it's never too late to live better, longer, and with more joy. Let's begin with the first habit. They move without even calling it exercise. In the longest living communities, people don't go to the gym. They don't have workout plans taped to the fridge. Instead, they build movement into everyday life. In Okinawa, grandmothers tend to their gardens. In Sardinia, older men still herd goats up the hills. In Nicoya, folks walk, sometimes miles, just to visit a neighbor. You don't need to climb mountains. Just find simple ways to stay in motion. Take a stroll after lunch. Sweep your porch each morning. Dance a little while cooking dinner. Movement doesn't have to be structured. In fact, the best kind often isn't. It's the kind that keeps your joints loose, your circulation flowing, and your spirit light. And more importantly, it doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like life. Now, as your body moves, your mind needs nourishment too. They have a reason to wake up each morning. In Okinawa, there's a word, ikigai. It means a reason for being. It might be tending a bonsai tree, baking bread for your grandchildren, teaching someone how to knit. It's not about big achievements. It's about having a purpose, however quiet, that pulls you out of bed each day. You'd be surprised how powerful this is. People with a strong sense of purpose live longer, feel happier, and even recover faster from illness. Why? Because purpose gives us direction. It reminds us that we matter, not just in the past, but right now. And if you're thinking, but I don't have anything left to offer, let me stop you there. You have wisdom, stories, kindness. You have lived, and that alone makes you rich with value. Maybe your purpose today is simply calling someone who feels forgotten, or planting a flower by the kitchen window. It doesn't have to be grand, just real. And when your days have meaning, your body and mind begin to relax, which leads us to something else that centenarians around the world have mastered. They handle stress before it handles them. No one, not even someone living in a quiet village, escapes stress. The difference is how they deal with it. In blue zones, people pause. They pray. They nap. They share their burdens over simple meals. They don't bottle everything up or push through constantly. What about you? Do you take time to exhale, to breathe slowly and deeply, even just for a few minutes a day? There's no need for complicated meditation apps. Just sit. Feel the weight of the chair beneath you. Listen to a favorite song. Write in a journal. Or simply close your eyes and let silence speak. Stress ages us faster than almost anything, but you can meet it with softness. with practices that soothe instead of stir. And over time, that becomes a kind of quiet armor. Not to block the world out, but to stand steady within it. Now that we've talked about gentle movement, purpose, and stress, let's keep walking this path together. Because the next habit is one that just might surprise you. It begins at the dinner table, but it's about so much more than food. Because when it comes to living a long life, food is never just about calories or vitamins. It's about rhythm, ritual, and above all, balance. In the blue zones, people eat differently, not just what they eat, but how. And that brings us to the next habit. They eat just enough, not too much. There's an old saying in Okinawa, hara hachibu. It means eat until you're 80% full. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful way of eating that helps prevent overeating while giving your body just what it needs. No more, no less. Now think about your last meal. Did you eat until you felt pleasantly satisfied, or until you couldn't take another bite? Eating slowly, chewing mindfully, and pausing during the meal. These are small practices, but they can change everything. Because when you eat just enough, your digestion improves, your energy stays steady, and you avoid the sluggishness that often comes with heavy meals. Try putting your fork down between bites. Sip warm tea instead of rushing through your plate. And maybe, just maybe, stop before you feel full. Give your body space to breathe. But it's not just how they eat, it's what they eat too. They fill their plates with plants, not pills. In Sardinia and Ikaria, dinner is often a bowl of lentil soup, a plate of sautéed greens, maybe a chunk of fresh bread with olive oil. Meat is rare, usually saved for Sundays or celebrations. Their diet is rich in fiber, antioxidants, and healing compounds, not from supplements, but from the earth. Beans are the unsung heroes of these diets. Black beans, chickpeas, fava, lentils. They're packed with protein and help lower cholesterol. Leafy greens, sweet potatoes, onions, garlic, simple ingredients that nourish deeply. And let's not forget the herbs. In Ikaria, they drink wild herbal teas from oregano, sage, and rosemary, each with its own healing properties. These teas calm the nerves, support digestion, and reduce inflammation, all without a single prescription bottle. If you want to make one change today, try adding one plant-based meal into your daily routine. It could be a vegetable soup, a chickpea salad, or even just a handful of walnuts in the afternoon. These little choices, over time, build up into big results. Now, while food keeps the body strong, there's something else that keeps the soul alive. And that brings us to another powerful habit. They stay deeply connected to others. In today's world, loneliness is almost an epidemic, especially among older adults. But in places where people live the longest, no one grows old alone. Families live together, or at least stay close. Neighbors stop by without needing a reason. Friends gather regularly, even if it's just to sit in silence together. There's a reason why laughter around the dinner table can be more healing than any pill. Human connection releases oxytocin, a hormone that lowers stress and boosts the immune system. But more than that, connection reminds us that we're still part of something, that we still belong. If you've lost friends or live far from family, start small. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a local walking group or library event. Volunteer once a week at a community center. Even a smile shared with a stranger on your morning walk can spark something meaningful. Because relationships don't just extend life, they give it warmth, color, and joy. And speaking of joy, here's one habit that's often overlooked, but essential to how these elders stay so light on their feet and in their hearts. They rest deeply and respect their sleep. Many people over 60 struggle with sleep. Either they can't fall asleep easily, or they wake up in the early hours and can't drift back off. But in long-living communities, sleep is sacred. They rise with the sun and wind down when the sky dims. They don't fall asleep to TV noise or bright phone screens. Instead, they follow the rhythms of nature. Light meals at dinner, gentle music in the evenings, and restful rituals like warm baths or herbal teas. In Ikaria, it's common to nap for 30 minutes after lunch. Not because they're lazy, but because rest is part of their wellness. It clears the mind, lowers blood pressure, and renews energy for the rest of the day. So if you've been tossing and turning, ask yourself, how's your bedtime routine? Could you turn off devices an hour earlier? Try reading a few pages from a favorite book, or sip chamomile tea while listening to soft music. Your body deserves rest, and your mind, especially with all the memories it holds, deserves peace. Now that we've explored daily movement, purpose, calmness, mindful eating, plant-based meals, connection and rest, we're almost at the heart of this journey. There's just one final habit to share, and it might be the most important of all. Let's take one more step together. Sometimes the simplest truths are the hardest to accept. You can eat well, move your body every day, sleep peacefully, and surround yourself with people who care. And yet something still feels off. Something's missing. And that brings us to the seventh and final habit, practiced by people who live well into their 90s and even past 100. It's not a vitamin. It's not a superfood. It's not a secret ancient tonic. They wake up each day with a sense of purpose. It may sound intangible, but purpose is powerful. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, a reason for waking up in the morning. It could be your garden, your grandchildren, your art, even just taking care of your home with love and attention. In Sardinia, it might be tending to sheep or baking bread. In Nicoya, it's often the simple joy of being needed, helping a neighbor fix a roof, teaching a child how to sharpen a knife safely, or planting one more tree. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. In fact, the strongest purposes are often quiet. They're the things that give our days shape, our actions meaning, and our hearts peace. And if you're sitting there thinking, but I'm retired, the kids are grown, what's left for me? Please hear this. You are still here for a reason. Maybe your purpose now is simply to be a source of calm for others, or to share the wisdom that only you can offer, or to write a letter that someone needs to read, or cook a dish that brings comfort, or smile at a stranger who's having a difficult day. Purpose doesn't ask for perfection. It just asks that we show up with intention, that we greet each morning with curiosity instead of dread, that we remember, no matter our age, we still matter. And when all of these habits come together, movement, calmness, mindful eating, plant-rich meals, deep rest, strong connections and purpose, something beautiful happens. You stop surviving, you begin thriving, your days feel lighter, your body moves more freely, your thoughts slow down, your heart opens wider, you laugh more, you worry less. You start to feel again that life is good, that you're not too old for anything, whether it's learning something new, forming new friendships, or simply walking outside and breathing in the scent of flowers after rain. Yes, medication can be helpful when it's truly needed, but in the world's longest living places, medicine isn't the first solution. It's the last resort. Why? Because these daily habits are their medicine. They prevent problems before they begin. They strengthen the body naturally, and they nourish the spirit in ways no pill ever could. So if you've been wondering where to start small. Pick one habit that speaks to you. Maybe it's taking a walk each morning or swapping your dinner meat for beans and greens twice a week. Maybe it's putting your phone away an hour before bed or reaching out to someone you've lost touch with. Or maybe it's as simple as sitting quietly for 5 minutes each day, asking yourself, what do I still love about being alive? Because the truth is, aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean deepening. It can mean finally having time to do the things you never got around to. It can mean giving yourself permission to rest, to reflect, and to reawaken the parts of yourself that once got lost in the busyness of life. You are not fading, you're evolving. Like the last colors of a sunset, this season of life holds its own brilliance. And the best part is, it's never too late to begin. So if this message has spoken to you, if something inside you is whispering, yes, I want that kind of life, then I invite you to take the first step today, whatever that looks like for you. And if this video has helped in some small way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What habits do you already follow? What brings you purpose these days? Sharing your story could inspire someone else to start theirs. If you found this helpful, please click the like button. It helps others find this content too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more gentle, thoughtful guidance like this. Because you deserve to feel well. You deserve to feel seen. You deserve to feel alive at every age. Take a deep breath. You've got time. And more importantly, you've got today. So from my heart to yours, thank you for being here. Wishing you a joyful, healthy life at every age.